who would the people like to call as their next
My name
witness?
is Devin, Newell, but I just want to make sure I can connect my place back.
Sure.
Okay. People would call Devin Newell.
Would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty for perjury?
I do.
Okay, you can have a seat.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you please tell us your name and spell it for the record?
Devin Newell, Devin, Newell.
All right, thank you. And where do you work?
I work for General Motors.
And what position do you have?
My title is Senior Manager and Senior Technical Expert.
All right, and does your job have anything to do or any interaction with OnStar?
It certainly does. My primary role is to investigate the field performance of our advanced driver assist systems. That's a fancy word for automatic emergency braking, forward collision alert, super cruise. So as I investigate how those things are operating in the field, a lot of what I do is look about data that comes from those vehicles. Some of that data is contained inside modules inside the vehicle. Other data that we look at comes through telematics, or said differently, sent from the vehicle back to servers. So OnStar is the general name for a lot of the services that we provide at General Motors. It's also a general term used for data that leaves the vehicle and gets sent to some servers.
Okay. And how does OnStar record the data?
There's a lot of different data that OnStar records, and there's a lot of different features that OnStar provides for customers as well. I think many folks are aware of some of the interaction with, we have live advisors. So if your vehicle is involved in an accident, if you have that type of subscription service with us, we can, the vehicle can automatically call an advisor, and that advisor can come and get assistance sent to your vehicle. While that type of work is going on, data can come from the vehicle and sent to the back office as well. That's one kind of service that OnStar provides that many folks are aware of. Another more common service that we have relates to applications that you can get downloaded onto your mobile phone. I use the term OnStar mobile app. Depending upon what vehicle you'll have, it may have a Cadillac mobile app or a Chevy mobile app associated with that. On that mobile app, we allow you to do lots of interactions between your phone and the vehicle. One that lots of folks are familiar with is the ability to remote start the vehicle from your phone. You can use that type of interaction with that. That's a different set of data. As you are interacting with that mobile application on your phone, the OnStar or Cadillac app that's on your phone, we collect data regarding what the customer is doing and how they're doing it. We primarily collect that data to understand how our customers are using their features, to understand if there's problems with them, and or to develop better features and new features in the future.
You mentioned the My Cadillac app. What does that particularly do?
It does a number of different things. Again, it's an app on your phone, like a lot of different apps. It can allow you to press buttons on it to remote start your vehicle, honk your horns, unlock the vehicle, lock the vehicle. It allows you to also understand the status of your vehicle, how much oil life you have left, how much tire pressure is in your air, how much fuel is left. You can also use it to understand the location of your vehicle. You can also use it to buy products. You can also use it to set up a map from where you are to where you'd like to go. Those are a lot of the features that this OnStar mobile app on your phone, some of them that you can do.
So you mentioned, diagnostic things that the vehicle itself would transmit to OnStar, and you keep those records. Do you also keep records of the person who's using the My Cadillac app on your side in OnStar?
If you have an OnStar account with us, an OnStar subscription, like a lot of other subscriptions you may have on your phone or in your vehicle, we have account information. We know who is on the account, we know your address, things like that. We would certainly know that too. And relative to the phone that's being used, we collect certain information that helps us understand the phone that you have, what type of phone that you have. Again, so we can understand if a particular phone or is having issues with our apps and understand how to make more features based on the type of phone that you may have.
Were you asked to produce the records? In this case, they had to do with the Cadillac Escalade?
That's correct. A search warrant was sent to General Motors for a particular 2016 Cadillac, asking for information that we may have, records that we may have relative to OnStar services and features we provided to this particular 2016 Cadillac Escalade.
Okay. And approaching equals 224.
If it's okay, I'm going to move this microphone just a little bit to allow me to manipulate the paper. Thank you. I hope everybody can still hear me okay.
All right, do you recognize what I just handed you?
I do. These look familiar to the records and accounts that we provided, printed out over obviously a large number of papers.
Okay. Do you know approximately how many pages there are there?
Over 400 or so. I know some of the records were 80, 60, 70 pages long, 120 pages long. I didn't count the exact number, but you can
Okay.
see by the height and weight, there's a lot.
The top page is actually the last page in there, and it's a bait stamped.
I do see this page here. Down at the bottom, there's a bait stamp of OnStar. The last three digits are 583.
And what does that indicate to you?
We label all of the documents we provide you. We start with the 1, and then we end with the last one that we have here. If this is the last page, that would say that there's 583 pages produced as part of the response to that search warrant.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to show you what's People's 29. Do you recognize that?
I do.
And what is it?
That would be a representation of the OnStar mobile app that would have been available in the April 2021 timeframe. Like a lot of apps on your phone, depending on what type of phone you have, exactly how it looks may be a little bit different. But that's how it would have looked for 2016 Escalade in April of 2021 for an iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Okay, so the display would be different depending on what device you were using to the software on?
Yeah, that's correct. If you had a much older version of an iPhone, it may look a little bit different. We'll also let you use iPads and devices like that too. So depending on just length and width and height of the phone, it changes a little bit. I think all folks kind of understand what you had on your first iPhone 2 is probably different than an iPhone. I think 17 is the latest one now, may look a little bit different.
Okay. All right, so I'm zooming in on the bottom part of this, and can you explain the various icons here?
Yes, these are examples I talked about before of buttons. I call them buttons you can press on your phone to have certain features occur here. You can certainly see the start in the middle. That's to remote start your vehicle. You can also see a sound alarm, stop the alarm, lock and unlock. Those are the 5 icons there.
Okay, and do you know, is there any, does the software require you to put your finger on there for a certain time before it will activate that button?
That's correct. In the engineering terms, we call it a debounce time. We don't, we try to prevent buttons from being accidentally hit. So for these buttons here, the bounce time is about 500 milliseconds, around half a second. It's not a lot of time, but enough time where it works to make sure we understand you're pressing it, but not so easy that you accidentally press it.
Okay. All right, and on the bottom here is a View More button. What happens if you push that?
If you hit the View More button, that would allow you, these are 5 kind of commands on the main screen there. If you hit View More, it would keep those 5 and show you other ones like flash alarms and things like that.
Okay. How do you get to this screen here?
I go back to the first page. Down at the very light.
Oops, sorry.
Down in the lower right-hand corner, it looks like 9 buttons there. It also says the word More on it there as well. There you go. You'd hit that button there, and that would take you to the second screen that you had up there.
Okay. And so these are more options?
That's correct.
All right. I'm particularly interested in the second one. What is that?
If you hit that button, Vehicle Locate, it would then cause another screen to pop up that would show you the location of your vehicle as part of a map. Interesting enough, if you also hit the navigation button, that would pop up the same thing. It would show you where you're at. The navigation would allow you then to enter an address as to where you want it to go. So both Vehicle Locate and Navigation will pull up a screen that looks like this one here.
Okay. On your end at OnStar, do those register as different things if you're trying to locate the vehicle versus pull up a map?
Relative to the reports and how we restore them, they look the same.
Okay.
They look as a get vehicle location is the primary aspect of it.
Okay. And is this a map of essentially what it would
This
look
is
like?
the screen that we provided you. This is the Warren Technical Center at General Motors Warren Technical Center in Warren. This is a representation of a vehicle that's sitting on our campus there in Warren.
Okay. All right. So the records that you produced, were they over a date range?
That's correct. Based on the search warrant, we were asked to look for and produce records. The beginning start time is January 1st, 2020 through April 28th, 2021.
Okay. And do your records indicate the type of device that is using the My Cadillac app?
It's on a couple different pages here. You were asking me about vehicle location. So if I take you to first to a report up the top, it says SRT 110, OnStar records request for branded app vehicle commands. Okay. On this particular report, as again, we record information relative to interactions with the vehicle. This particular report captures interactions with, the term here says branded app, but the OnStar app on your phone or the Cadillac app on your phones. When you're doing one of the vehicle commands that we previously talked about, lock, unlock, flashlight, or vehicle location requests, we would record those as part of this here. In the very right-hand column, it says device ID. So for each mobile type device that you have, once you start using it, we assign it a device ID. Okay? It's a unique device ID to the device that you're using. It's not the cell phone of the device you're using. There are other electronic information inside a cell phone or an iPad that may be unique to that. We don't have a need to record that as part of our work, so we give it a General Motors-based device ID here. So to answer your question, the far right column is the device ID.
Okay. And so if do you record when somebody makes an account, do they have to give their name and address and all that?
That's correct.
Okay, did that happen here?
Yes, it did. If I could take you to page 3 of 9, I'm going to call it SRT 040, account details. I take you to the third page of this document that you're.
Okay.
All right, thank you. like many apps that you have, or subscription services that you may have, up at the top there, we put in the upper right-hand corner, there's the account number associated with the account here. We have the vehicle identification number, the VIN. That's a 17-digit number that's unique to a particular vehicle. The requesting authority, this TC 982272, that's simply a number General Motors assigned to the search warrant that we received here. We've got a search start date and an end date here. Those are the dates I previously referenced here. And then the other information here is, as it kind of almost plainly says, account information. We tell you when it was opened, we tell you the status, we identify it in this case as a personal account versus like a commercial account. We identify the owners of the account and their phone numbers here, as well as an address.
Okay, and the account owners here?
I see two account owners associated with it. The first is Dale Warner, and the second is Dee Warner.
Okay. All right, and then if we go back to the records that you were just mentioning before with the device ID, which report was that?
SRT 110.
And I just want to ask about, for example, here we have several, at the top, we've got a device ID ending in 36F4. I'm sorry, let me just go back to the very first page.
I'm also
we're
on
here at.
page,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep, there we go.
page 1 there. There's a device ID here. It's got a lot of digits here, but we'll stay to the last 4, FD96.
Okay. And who generates that device ID?
That device ID, General Motors generates that. It's unique to the device that's being logged in. Again, it's not the phone number, it's not a serial number of the device. We just assign our own device ID to it, so we understand what type of device we're using to, but not necessarily recording the customer's phone number or other information as part of that.
Okay, so that is a unique device. You don't ever give that number to another device.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, and do you know also what type of devices are using the app?
We do. If I take you to the last page of our production here, page 583. This is a bit of decoder ring for that information. The first column is the device ID. We tell you when that device ID first logged in. We tell you when our last login or last known login of that device is. What version of app is being run on it, what carrier is being used, Verizon versus AT&T, device type, and then this device model and device name can help you understand what type of device it was.
Okay, and so do you see that first device that we were just talking about listed in the device IDs?
Yes, FD96. I see that as a device model iPhone 7, 2. That's how Apple identifies it. The brand or marketing name for that one is actually an iPhone 6.
All right, and so there are 4 different device models that you have in your records, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, and can you take us from the top and tell us what kinds of devices those are?
Sure. An iPad 6, 8. That's iPad Pro. iPhone 7, 2. That's an iPhone 6. iPad 6, 8. Again, that's iPad Pro. The last one, iPhone 13, 4. The marketing name for that would be an iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Okay. All right, so, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but each device, even if it's on the same account, is going to get a different device ID.
That's correct.
Okay. Does a user have to generate a username?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
When you're logging on to many apps that you have a username and a password that you have to generate to use.
And is it up to the user what username they select?
Yes, it is.
Okay, is there a username or one or more usernames here?
I'm going to take you to SRT 120. At the top, it says SRT 120, OnStar records request for branded app, login activity.
Okay,
67 pages here. The second column here is the username associated with the app on the phone.
okay. And was there one or more than one username?
I think there's close to 1,000 different login applications here, and only one username is inside of these.
Okay, and what is that username?
Just reading from the second column there, WARAG@me.com.
Okay. Now, does OnStar record the number of times that someone tried to locate the vehicle?
Yes, we do. SRT 110, I had this up previously, SRT 110, OnStar records request for branded app, vehicle commands. So this report, about 82 pages long, identifies all the vehicle commands or requests made from the mobile app from January 1st, 2020 through April 28th, 2021.
Okay, and how many pages did you say this report is? Just
82 pages. I believe the total number of requests is in excess of 2,100.
okay, and that's 2,100 whats?
21 individual commands being pressed into the phone for on the mobile app.
Okay, you say 21 or 2,100?
2,100.
Okay. And
2,100.
okay, great. And so 2,100 times, what happened?
Well, in these vehicle commands, there are three type of commands, having studied the report, three different types of commands being made here. The majority of them are requests to get vehicle location. If I take you to the fourth column over there, request type, get vehicle location. So from the mobile app that was shown earlier, that would be either hitting the more button to get to the second screen, and then hitting vehicle location and or hitting navigation. So if a customer did those, that would be recorded as a single line in this sheet here. Additionally, there are, I want to make sure I say the word properly here. Let me find an example of it. If I take you to page 82 of 82. And again, under request type, we already talked about get vehicle location. There's a request type for get vehicle data, and there's also a request type for unlock doors. Those were the three vehicle commands or requests that were made in this 82-page report over the 16-month period we were talked. Get vehicle location, as we talked about, provides the location on a map that we said. Get vehicle data, that was one of the other buttons from the main screen there. Again, it shows you things like tire pressure, oil life, fuel remaining. And then lastly, unlock doors. I think it's fairly self-explanatory. You press that button there, and it would work to unlock the doors of the vehicle.
So as you look at these, the get vehicle location is either someone asking where the vehicle is or someone asking to get to the navigation screen.
That's correct.
Okay. And as you look at these records, let's go back to the first page, for example. We have all the ones that are shown on the screen here look like it's the same device doing these requests.
That's correct.
Okay, and can you, as you've looked at these, can you give us a summary of this particular device and how often it did a get vehicle location request? Out of our 82 pages, for example.
Throughout the 82 pages, there's primarily three devices that are used to do this. I mentioned them before. An iPhone 6, an iPad Pro, and an iPhone 12 Pro Max. The majority of the requests, I think over 1,700, if I counted roughly properly, are from an iPhone 6. There's roughly 150 or more to the iPad Pro. And then finally, somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 done with iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Okay. Let's go to page 77. Actually, no, 78 of SRT 110.
Okay, and page 78 with you.
All right, so do you see, we've got a request start time and a request end time. And you've got a number of records on March 4th.
That's correct.
Okay, and then it skips to March 22nd.
That's correct.
All right, is there a device switch between the 4th and the 22nd?
Yes, if you look at the device ID, which is the last column, looking only at the last 4 digits to make it a little bit easier for us, you can see that all the requests on March 4th on this date were done by device ID 36F4, and there are no requests between March 4th and March 5th and March 21st, but on March 22nd, 2021, it now switches to device with the last 4 digits, 17F7.
I'm sorry. So March 4th, it's 36F4. When we get to, there's nothing in between then and the 22nd, and it switches to 17F7, is that correct?
17F7, that is correct,
Okay.
beginning on March 22nd.
All right. All right, and do you have handy what kind of device was 17F7?
17F4 was iPhone 13-4. Again, the commercial name for that is iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Is that 17F7?
17F7.
Okay, great, thank you. And to your knowledge, did that device appear before March 22, 2021?
No, it did not.
Okay, so that's the first appearance. Does any device appear between March 22nd, 2021 and the end of your records? So
The
in other
only
words-
device from March 22nd through the end of our records, which ends on April 25th, 2021, is the device ID 17F7, iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Okay. And how many vehicle locates did it do between March 22nd and April 25, 2021?
I counted those. I believe that to be 59 vehicle location requests in that time frame.
Okay. Now, you also mentioned that your records indicate whenever someone uses the app to unlock the car, correct?
That's correct.
And how many times in this, from January 1, 2020 till April 25, 2021, was the app used to unlock the car?
In that entire time frame, roughly 16 months, it was only used to unlock the door twice.
Okay. And when was the first one?
March 25th, 2021,
And when was the second one?
April 25th, 2021.
And what time?
April 25th, 2021, 7:08:38 a.m.
Okay. And was that also by the device ending in 17F7?
That is correct.
The same device that had been used the previous 59 times to locate the vehicle?
That's correct.
All right, thank you.
Good afternoon, is Mr. Newell.
Yes,
Am I
it is.
pronouncing
Good
that
afternoon.
correctly?
You did pronounce it correctly.
Thank you. My name is Mary Chartier. Ms. Saylor is going to pull up the government's Exhibit 29, which would be our page 32. You do an excellent job marketing OnStar with all the different things that it can do, so I want to ask you about some of its features. You know the photograph of the app that was pulled up. Ms. Saylor is pulling that up for us right now, correct?
Uh,
Mr. McCready just showed it.
Yeah,
to you.
yes, it is,
So
yes.
while she's pulling it up, did it look like that in 2021? Do you
yes,
know?
that's what it would have looked like on an iPhone 12 Pro Max, April 2021.
And then would you go to the next page for us? So the More button, which has things like Explore EV, is that what that looked like in 2021 as well?
If that's the second slide we put up, that's what it would have looked like at that point in time.
Okay, so Cadillac had electronic vehicles at that time?
Yes, we did.
Okay, terrific. So if you could go back to the other one. So this would be a good representation of what it would look like on the phone. Accurate?
That's correct.
Now, do you use, be careful with your answer, right? Do you use OnStar?
I do.
Okay, great. If you said no, that might have a different job you're looking for. So, do you use it to like track a vehicle location? So for your children, a spouse, a partner, something like that, to see where they are?
I don't use the OnStar app for that particular purpose, no.
Okay, have you ever used it for that?
No.
Okay, so you may not be the person for me to ask then, but so this is what I'm going to ask, and maybe you can talk me through it. So you said you don't use it for that particular purpose. What do you use OnStar for?
Remote starting my vehicle on cold winter mornings is one of the primary ones.
That's smart.
Unlocking it on my way out to the vehicle could be another. I occasionally use it to download navigation information to the vehicle. My vehicle currently happens to be an electric vehicle, so I use that to understand my current state of charge and how well it's charging.
Okay, terrific. So then you use it enough for, I think, for me to ask you this. So if you want to get into that, there's an app on your phone, you press that app. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
And then that screen will come up, or something that looks like it.
Assuming that you're logged in.
Right.
Okay. If you can set this up to continuously leave you logged in, or you can set it up that you have to log in every time. I have my one that I used for my company vehicle always logged in, so it pops up to a screen. My GMC Denali looks different than this, but fundamentally an opening screen that looks like this pops up when I hit the app on my phone.
So then if you wanted to find where a vehicle was, what would you press?
I'd hit the More button.
Okay, so you'd hit the More button, and then you'd go to the next screen. And then you would hit what?
Vehicle locate.
Vehicle
would be more
locate.
common.
So I was a little confused when you said that navigation, so it would show up on a singular line. Could you explain what you mean by that? When you talked about get vehicle data and navigation, and I was a little confused about your testimony.
Sure. There's two buttons up here. One that clearly says vehicle locate. The other one says navigation. If you press either one of those things, as it gets reported into this thing here, it looks the same. It would still say get vehicle location. Of course, one of the reasons for that is whether you're going to start navigation, you need to know where you're at in order to get where you're at. So the first thing it does is figures out, get your vehicle location, and then you can set up a navigation from there.
So if I were driving the car and I wanted to navigate, and I pressed navigation, and then it told me how to get to a particular place, it would show up in the report as get vehicle location.
Yes, if you were driving a vehicle and hit navigation and then entered into, to use it, you'd have to enter in the location that you want to go to. On this report here, it would say, look the same, it would say get vehicle location.
Thank you. Now, you said and I'd never heard this phrase before, the debounce time was half a second.
That's correct.
Okay, so that's the amount of time essentially you're pressing the button.
That's correct.
Might it take a little bit for things to load? So when I was looking at the report, sometimes there were things almost going on simultaneously. So for instance, if somebody pressed get vehicle location or navigate, and then, well, actually it would be vehicle locate. So either vehicle locate or navigation. Then it was taking a little while. Does that happen sometimes where it takes a little while to load?
When I hit the button, if I reach the 500 millisecond times, Yes, it could take a little while for it to load. It has to locate your vehicle, okay? It, has to make a request to the vehicle to find it, and it could, everybody who knows who's tried to make a cell phone call, they don't always go through the first time. It could take some time to find it, yes.
Can I press the button again while I'm waiting for it to load if I'm an impatient person?
You certainly can.
And then the report shows hour, minutes, and second that the request began, correct?
That's correct.
And then it shows when the request ends.
That's correct.
It also shows a duration.
That's correct.
Is it accurate that the duration rounds up or down? So for instance, some of them, I looked at one, it said 15.783, but then if you look at the actual start and end time, it rounds up to 16.
That's correct. The request and start times are rounded to seconds, whereas the request duration is in seconds taken to hundreds of seconds.
Thank you. Does OnStar have a lockout prevention? So if I leave my keys in the car, can I lock it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so by using, how would I do that? So I leave my keys in the car, how do I lock it?
You would use the OnStar app, and many folks do this, is to not to carry their keys around. You would leave your keys in the car, you'd open up the OnStar app, you'd hit the lock button, you'd wait for it to lock. A lot of times you stand there and wait for the click and you hear the vehicle lock.
Thank you. And then with all the amazing things that OnStar can do, it cannot tell you who is exactly pushing the button, correct?
No, we can't.
And it certainly can't tell you why, correct?
Their intention behind pressing the button? No.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you, sir. No further questions.
Do the records reflect anything different if you access the map for navigation? Is there any difference at all? If you
As
actually
it relates to these records, we see that as a get vehicle location request, and that's how we record it here relative to vehicle commands.
Okay. We mentioned the iPhone Pro Max.
iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Right, iPhone 12 Pro Max. The iPhone 6, is it correct that that does not show up anymore after the iPhone 12 Pro Max starts accessing the record, or the app?
That's correct. Looking at the SRT 110, starting in March 22nd, 2021, all the vehicle commands are done via the iPhone 12 Pro Max,
Right.
and not done by any iPad or any iPhone 6.
Great, thank you.
I just, I have probably two quick questions for you. So if I press the vehicle locate button, that will show me where it is at a given time, correct?
That's correct.
If I leave the screen open, will it show the vehicle move, or do I have to press again to see if the vehicle moves?
At this time, you'd have to press the button a second time to see it where it's at.
Great, thank you.
Nothing further on.
May we excuse Mr. Newell from his subpoena?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for your time, sir. You're free to go.
Thank you.
All right, why don't we take a recess? We'll break for about 10 minutes, and we'll come back and continue.